Hello everyone and welcome to Game 2 against the Brewers. It's another game of Squirrels baseball. One more game with the regular guys in before we get the bench guys in for the off day. And then I think it's the A's after that. Not 100% sure, but we got a few days before we got to worry about that. For now, here's Panpaca Park. The Brewers gave us everything we could handle yesterday. We came away with a 2-1 lead, but they tied the game at 1 in the 6th and threatened a few times to take the lead. We got Jonathan on the mound today. Here shortly, I am assuming we've got Tony Gwynn Jr. coming to the plate. Didn't look at the Brewers lineup, but he's been their leadoff hitter for a few years now, so I don't see why they would change now. He'll look at a curveball to start things off with strike one. Hits this one up the middle to lead off with a base hit. So here's Ronnie Cedeno. Who looks at strike one. Shows bunt, pulls it back for strike two. Looks like he's going to swing away now. She does, but comes up empty. One down, one on. Ryan Braun at the plate. I think got 2 hits yesterday, so he had a productive day. Though, well, actually, I think he might have been the one to score the only Brewers run. I can't remember for sure now. Probably not, actually. He looks at strike 3, because that's what I'm saying. I think Bill Hall drove it in, so I think Ryan Braun was actually standing on third. I think Cedeno scored the run. Hall grounds out here, and that will end the inning. So the Brewers with a hit but no runs. Kester will lead things off as the usual. Not every single day, but the usual. Looks like the same lineup for the Brewers. Oliver Perez on the mound. I think it's Oliver anyway. First pitch in there for strike one. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down, here is Marvin. He'll start off right-handed. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Hits this one over to Cedeno for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Chief to the plate. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Hits this one, that'll be a base hit into left. One on with 2 outs, brings Terry to the plate for a lefty-lefty matchup. Oh, and he won't see a pitch because Chief got picked off right away. I know it happens. Like, it's not like the game's doing something unrealistic, but man, does it annoy me every time. Both teams with hits but no runs. We go to the second inning where Nitro will lead things off. Nitro takes a curveball inside. And that one's inside as well. And fastball makes it 2-0. Swings and misses at the palm ball. Another swing and a miss. That one hit the dirt, but Nitro swung anyway. And can't catch up with the fastball for strike 3. One down. Here is Mercado at the plate. He looks at strike 1. Pops this one up, but Tom's not going to catch up to it. Not enough air under that one. 0-2. Called strike 3. 2 down. Here's Bullard, who actually got lifted from the game yesterday in favor of Muto. Muto was starting at the start of the year. They did make that change pretty early on to go to Bullard. I don't remember exactly when. He grounds out to third, and that will end the top of the second inning. Terry's going to come back to the plate, I'd say with a fresh count, but he never saw a pitch in the bottom of the second. Perez immediately checked on first and immediately caught Chief napping. Line drive into right center. That's going to roll all the way to the wall, and Terry's going to cruise into second base for a leadoff double. So the Squirrels with a threat here early. Frank at the plate to try to cash in or make good on the threat. Maybe that's a better way to put it, although a little aggressive maybe. Fouls that one off. That gives him a 1-2 count. Grounds to third. That'll make Terry head back to second. Throw does go to first just fine. One away. Here's Tom. That fastball is too low. It's a called strike on a high fastball. Hits this one foul. Not by much down the first base side. Looks at strike 3, and that will bring Zach to the plate. He had a very good game yesterday. Now it's going to take a hit to drive home Terry. Zach looks at strike 1. Ground ball to third, Bullard on to first, and the threat goes unheeded. Still scoreless as we go to the third inning. Van Hecken's going to lead it off. Van Hecken, I think, was hitless yesterday. I say early in his career he hit down here. Then last year I think he was hitting like 4th or 5th, something like that. Now he's back down into the 8-hole. I think just not hitting consistently enough, but he's a good enough catcher that I don't think he's going anywhere. He strikes out looking in this at-bat. Brings Perez to the plate. Yeah, it was right. I thought it was Oliver Perez. Watches that palm ball go outside. Curveball gets a swing and a miss. That pitch is outside as well. 2-1. Grounds to second. Kester on to first. 2 away. And here's Gwynn Jr. back to the plate. Got a hit in his first at-bat. Jonathan struck out 5 Brewers the first time through their order. Gwynn with an 0-2 count. Looks at a ball, too low. Pops this up right in front of the plate. Tom makes the grab. So we'll go to the bottom of the third. Joey is due up for the Squirrels. Still scoreless. Only 3 hits in the ball game. So far, third inning is still early innings. If you're asking me, the first 3 are early, next 3 are mid, last 3 are late. Oh, Joey actually hits this one pretty hard. It's foul, but it's one of the furthest hit balls he's ever had, I feel like. And he swings and misses at a splitter to make it 1-2. This is a base hit into left field right over Bill Hall's head. Or actually, no, that's over Bullard's head. They've not switched around yet. Bill Hall might have caught that. He made a living off of doing that to us. Robbing line drives that looked like they were destined for left field. Jonathan takes a strike, pulls the bat back for a ball, puts the bat back out there. Gets down a pretty good bunt. He might beat this out, actually. No, successful sacrifice. So I kind of feel like Bullard bailed out on that one a little early to let the pitcher take it. Bullard should have had a better throw. But it does work out. I think everybody's okay with how that went. So Joey standing on second. Kester swings and misses. Hits this one, but right to Cedeno. 2 away. Marvin's going to need a base hit if we want to cash in this first run of the game. That fastball a little bit too high. This one's, it's not actually a slider, but it was in the zone. And then goes too high with fastball again. 2-1. That fastball catches the outside corner. Swing and a miss. Perez out of trouble again. We move to the 4th inning. Still no runs in this game. Cedeno's going to lead things off for the Brewers. Cedeno struck out in his first at-bat, and he'll look at strike one here. Looks at strike two. And a ground ball, a little bit of a high hop for Chief, but gets it over to third, no trouble. One away, here's Ryan Braun. Struck out in his first at-bat. He'll look at a strike. Looks at another strike. That fastball a bit low. Braun yet to swing the bat here, and he will not in this at-bat. Looks at strike three. So here's Bill Hall. He ground out, though I don't remember where. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses at the palm ball. Swing and a miss, strike three. Quick 4th inning, we go to the bottom half. Still scoreless. The Squirrels will start off with Chief at the plate. Chief with the base hit in his first at-bat, and he'll look at a strike on the inner half to start this at-bat. Into center field, but it's going to stay up for Gwynn. One away. Nice line drive, just either need to put it in the gap or not hit it quite so hard. So here's Terry. He had a double, a leadoff double, since, again, Chief with the pickoff really ruined the flow there. Grounds out to short in this at-bat, and that'll bring Frank to the plate. He ground out to third in his first at-bat. I think it was third. Might have been short, but I think it was third. It was on that half of the field anyway, because Terry wasn't able to advance, and that's not going to advance anybody. Cedeno goes into the grass to make that grab. Quick 4th inning, we go to the 5th, still scoreless. Nitro due up for Milwaukee. Nitro struck out in his first at-bat, and we'll look at strike one here. Looks at strike two, very similar pitch. Goes to the palm ball and gets a swing and a miss. One away, here's Mercado. Struck out in his first at-bat. I think I've only got to say that one more time. At least for the Brewers. Mercado with the 1-1 count. He will swing and miss to make it 1-2. Ground ball. Joey will pick that up and get it to first for the second out of the inning. So here's Bullard. He ground out in his first at-bat. Grounds this one again to Joey, who has to charge it a little bit, but makes the play no problem. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still scoreless. Tom to lead things off for Indianapolis. Tom struck out in his first at-bat. I think the last time I have to say that for the Squirrels. Grounds this one to third. Bullard gets it to first. One away. Here's Zach. Hit a ground ball in his first at-bat, though I don't remember where. Grounds to second for the second out of the inning. Here's Joey. He got a base hit and then advanced to second on the sack bunt, but could go no further. I don't think either team has had a guy on third as of yet. Pops this one up. Perez takes a few steps back off the rubber to make the catch. Still scoreless as we go into the 6th inning. Been a very quick game. Van Hecken will lead it off. Boy, the other day against the Angels in that long first inning, I think this is about how long it took us to play one inning. Van Hecken grounds to first. Here is Perez. He also ground out. Gosh, I want to say to third. I'm not 100% sure about that. But he's got a 1-1 count here. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Also, I put this in the recap yesterday, but it just occurred to me to say it here as Perez strikes out. Dudamel and Lundberg were indeed the 2 draft picks this year for the Brewers, and I can tell you they impressed me yesterday, so I imagine we will see a lot of them over the last 3 seasons of this. Because if you didn't know, the season mode stops after 10 years, so that'll be the end of the Indianapolis Squirrels on YouTube. Ooh, Tom almost came up with that foul, not quite a foul tip, but wasn't hit high. Gwynn with the 2-2 count, looks at it for a full count. 2 outs, nobody on base. Ground ball, foul, we'll try it again. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 10 for Jonathan. We go to the bottom half of the inning, and Jonathan is going to lead things off. Given nobody scored, we'll give him one more at-bat and let him pitch till he comes up again or somebody scores. Jonathan had the sac bunt in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. Sitting 80. He was getting close to 100, but hasn't gotten hit in a little bit. That's not going to do it either. A slow line drive right to Nitro. 1 away. Here's Kester. He's 0 for 2 today. That pitch, I think, sailed on Perez. There's a strike on a slider. 1-1. That pitch catches the inside corner to make it 1-2. And a fastball down in the dirt. Fouled away. It'll stay 2-2. Up the middle. Good play by Hall to save that from becoming a hit. So base is empty with 2 outs for Marvin, who is also hitless today. He's been all right-handed, as Perez still in the game and all. He's down 0-2. Breaks his bat and it goes foul, so fresh lumber. And hits this into left field, and Braun has to take it on a hop. 2-out single brings Chief to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Had a solid line drive, but hit it right to Tony Gwynn. This one a ground ball to short. That's pretty harmless. So we'll go into the 7th. Cedeno coming up for the Brewers. No score in this ballgame. Cedeno, everybody's 0 for 2 other than Tony Gwynn Jr., who had a hit to start off the ballgame, and the Brewers have not had a base runner since. The problem is the Squirrels haven't been a whole lot better. Cedeno strikes out swinging 3 straight pitches. So here's Ryan Braun, who has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Not trying to put an announcer's jinx on anybody, but just stating objective facts. He's going to ground to short for the 2nd out of the inning. Here's Bill Hall. Makes it everybody 0 for 2 until we get back around to Gwynn. First pitch was out of the zone. The second pitch is also out of the zone. Backdoor slider for strike 1. Called strike 2. 2-2, 2 outs, nobody on base. The slider is fouled off of Hall's foot. Seems like he's fine. This slider swung on and missed. Gets us to the 7th inning stretch. We are still scoreless. The Squirrels will start off with Terry on the other side of the break.
Now please rise and join the singer.
right, Terry 1 for 2 today. This is starting to feel like a game where somebody's eventually just going to put one over the fence, and that's what's going to be the only run of the game. Quite possibly in extras, but we'll find out. Terry strikes out on 3 straight pitches. I think he swung at all of them. Frank is 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out, I believe. I wasn't paying attention to his little flag down there. He's got an 0-2 count. He will look at strike 3. 2 quick outs. Perez looking strong through, well, 6 2/3 anyway. We'll see what happens with Tom here. Grounds out to first, so yeah, strong through 7 innings. We go to the 8th. 5 combined hits for 0 combined runs. Nitro's going to lead it off for Milwaukee. Nitro has struck out swinging in both at-bats so far today. Jonathan starts things off with a palm ball for strike 1. And that fastball up and out. Chases a slider to make it 1-2. Looks at a palm ball for strike 3. 1 away. Here's Mercado. Jonathan, now he's gotten a couple extra innings to pitch, but up to 13 strikeouts on the day. He's got Mercado down 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Here is Bullard, who's put the ball on the ground twice. Looks at strike 1. I should note Jonathan not even wiping his brow with 2 outs here in the 8th. Pops this one up. He's going to take it himself just towards the first base side. And that'll bring us to the bottom of the 8th inning. Jonathan's spot is coming up in the order, so he will be done with 8 innings regardless. But 8 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Hard to ask any more than that. Zach leading things off. Perez still out there on the mound. Starts off with 1 pitch and a ground ball to Cedeno. 1 away. Here's Joey. He's 1 for 2. So he looks at that ball down and out. Swings and misses at a fastball. That slider is in the dirt. Ground ball to third. Bullard over to first. And I guess we'll go get Phil. That worked out yesterday. Which also got his average back up to 200, I might add. First pitch to Phil is a splitter for strike 1. Oh, well ahead of that slider. 0-2. That would have been well ahead of anything. Hits this one towards the middle, and it gets through for a base hit. Phil is aboard with 2 outs, and here's Kester, who is 0 for 3. Strikeout and a couple lineouts. This one will get through the right side of the infield. That puts runner in scoring position. 2 on, 2 away. Marvin is going to continue to bat right-handed as Perez continues to pitch. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Hits this one right to Nitro for the last out of the inning. Couple hits, but still no runs as we go into the 9th. Van Hecken's going to lead it off. We will go get Gonzalez. Guess into Marvin's spot. This is how we ended up yesterday. So we will have Zach move into center, put Kester out there in right, and let Phil play second. Kester, he doesn't have the arm for right field, but he's fast enough to at least maybe hang on until we can get a real outfielder back in the game. All right, Van Hecken is 0 for 2 today. Gonzalez starts things off with the fastball for strike. Splitter is ground towards first. Terry has to wait on a hop, but, you know, it's first base, so all he had to do was step on the bag. Perez is going to get another at-bat. He's pitched a wonderful game, obviously. So, no shade. I just thought maybe the Brewers would try to steal a run here with Muto or Weeks or somebody that could put one over the fence. Perez strikes out on 3 straight pitches, brings Tony Gwynn Jr. to the plate. He's got the sole Brewers hit of the day. He's got a 1-1 count at the moment. Make it 2-1, 3-1. That cutter down and out. That splitter catches the outside corner. Full count with 2 outs, nobody on. Fastball gets a swing and a miss. We are headed to the bottom of the 9th inning. There are still 0 runs scored in this game. The Squirrels, right in the heart of their order, you think is right where they'd want to be, though obviously hasn't produced a run so far today. Chief 1 for 3 so far. Got a base hit in his first at-bat. Hits this one back towards the middle. Perez slows it down enough for Cedeno to clean it up. 1-4-3 for the first out of the inning. Terry hit a double in his first at-bat. Hitless since. That slider's up and out. This pitch is down in the dirt. 2-0. There's a fastball for a strike. I presume Terry now ready to hit. Fouls that pitch away to make it 2-2. Hits this one hard but foul. Wasn't a home run ball. Could have been. If it had been right down the line, that could have been trouble. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 away. Here is Frank. Last chance to keep this game from going extra innings. He's 0 for 3 so far. Looks at strike 1. Hits this one into right field, so his first hit of the day. Tom also 0 for 3. This will be a nice chance for him to get a hit, but he does not. Hall fields it on a short hop and gets it to first to bring us into extras. 0 runs as we move into the 10th. Ronnie Cedeno is going to lead it off.
Number 5, Ronnie
Cedeno. So Brewers only have the 1 hit, so everybody is 0 for 3 now. Gwynn got the hit first at-bat of the game and nothing since. Which I guess just mostly means Milwaukee's due to break out here. Not quite yet. Cedeno swings and misses for a strikeout. Brings Ryan Braun to the plate. That's going to lead... Well, hit it to the right part of the field by our means. Hits it off the very top of the wall, right at the 418 sign. And now we're going to get a pinch runner. Ricky Weeks is going to come in to run. Bill Hall at the plate with a chance to break this tie. First pitch is outside, as is the second one. Hall swings and misses. And this pitch is up and in. It's 3-1. Now, walk wouldn't be the worst thing, though we're going to get a foul pop instead, which works just fine, too. Let's say the walk would have set up a double play, but no need for that now. We've got 2 outs. We've got to deal with Nitro at the plate, though. So he swings ahead of that pitch. Misses a splitter to make it 0-2. Cutter is up and out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Ryan Braun comes within inches of hitting one out of the deepest part of this park. But the Brewers cannot cash in that leadoff double. Zach is going to come to the plate for the Squirrels to try to walk things off here. Weeks is not going to stay in the game. Scott's going to go take over out in the outfield. Perez still pitching here into the 10th, and I might add, without wiping his brow. He's acting strong out there for now. Zach grounds out to first. That will bring Joey to the plate. He's 1 for 3 so far. First pitch misses. That pitch is down and out, makes it 2-0. There's a called strike. That one misses. It's 3-1. Joey will swing at this one and put it into right field. Exactly what you want to do if you're got a 3-1 count. Make sure it's one you can hit, and he sure did. Phil got a base hit up the middle in his first at-bat. I'm really hoping Joey does not test Van Hecken's arms. I don't think he'll win that. Phil's down 0-2. And this one gets away, so Joey will get to walk to second. So now if Phil can get a base hit, he'll walk this off. It does not get through, although throw goes to third and does not there in time. I don't know how you don't take the out there, but now the winning run 90 feet away. Runners on the corners for Kester at the plate. First pitch down and in. Right over the middle, gets a ground ball. Throw goes to second. It's not a good one. Oh, but Joey did not take off for home. Oh, that was a chance to win the game, and we just didn't take it. So runners still on the corners. Let's put Quentin out there. There are now 2 outs. Quentin, a hit wins this game. A wild pitch wins this game. Can't be a sac fly. There are 2 outs. Quentin is batting right-handed. Takes strike 1. This one finally inside, and Perez finally acting tired out there. This is right to Cedeno. We will continue playing. Dang. Big threat, but no score. Still scoreless as we go to the 11th inning. Let's go get Johnston since he didn't get a chance to pitch yesterday. And that will put Quentin out in right field, so got a real outfielder out there now. Not that defense is Quentin's strong suit, but he's, he's rated as a corner outfielder. All right, Mercado. Said everybody, well, not everybody's 0 for 3. So Braun now has another hit for the Brewers. It's an 0-2 count. He will foul this away. Slurve gets a swing and a miss. That's the first out of the inning. Here's Bullard. He is 0 for 3 as he looks at ball 1. There's a strike. Another strike makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Here's Van Hecken. He is 0 for 3. But he will put this up the middle for a 2-out single. I imagine we will get a pinch hitter now. Looks like the Brewers, well, they're actually going to pinch run instead. Keep Perez out there. Boy, it's not how I would have played it, but I guess the Brewers aren't me. Perez pops out right in front of the plate, and we'll move on to the bottom of the 11th. We'll see what Milwaukee does defensively now, but Chief's going to lead it off for the Squirrels. Muto will stay in and play short. Looks like Bill Hall's going to come out of the game, and Jason Kendall will come in to catch. Chief fouls the first pitch away. Perez has got to be at the end of his ropes. In the 11th inning, Chief hits this hard into center. Gwynn can't get there. That's going to be a double for Chief. So here comes Terry with a chance to walk it off. Oh, misses a fastball right down the middle. Doesn't miss that one, but he does pull it foul. 0-2. This is a base hit into right. Chief will stop at third. Thought that might do it, and that will be it for Perez. Here comes Villanueva. He was the one that could not keep the game tied yesterday. It's a little surprised they would go with him over Lundberg, who looked very good and didn't get that much time on the mound. Nobody out, runners on the corners. Frank did get a hit in his last at-bat. He'll look at a changeup for strike 1. Say sacked fly would be enough. I don't think anybody's getting to that one. There we go. Base hit into deep right center. Walks it off. Oh, hey, the Brewers are giving us 2 great games. That's more than we can say early in the year. But your final score today in 11 innings, Milwaukee Brewers 0, Indianapolis Squirrels 1. Perez was responsible for that run, so he's going to take a real tough loss. Boy, Ryan Braun came very close to winning this game for the Brewers. Any other park, that is out of here. Even a deeper park wouldn't have had that tall of a wall there. It would have gone over. I think the Marlins are about the only other place that has a wall anywhere close to ours. It's just slightly deeper. All right, Frank is your player of the game, so thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. We will be back tomorrow to finish off with the Brewers. We'll see you then.